His tail off. He's been really disciplined, going back to last year and then coming into the summer, this past summer and then the fall and then the winter. He's really putting the time and the effort, and it's all about discipline for him, and he's doing a great job, and it's affecting him well.
SEC Tournament this week, guys would seem to have a lot of things already kind of locked up, so kind of where's the motivation?
The motivation's in, you're playing against the best teams in the country, and you got to go out to prove to yourself and prove to them that you're right and that you're good, and so that's the motivation. It's not as much what we're fighting for, but if you do go on a run, you put yourself in a really good spot.
And as a player, of course, a single elimination this year, like that, what are the advantages you think of that, or disadvantages to that?
I think it's a good. You got to be playing your best ball. I like, it's in Omaha and in the regionals and the super regionals, you can't really afford to lose there either. And if you do, it's double elimination. But you got to get hot. You got to stay hot in the postseason.
And the fact you guys have played at some big parks this year, how much that kind of thing kind of help you going into again another really big ballpark? Y'all got to be successful.
We played at Texas, Florida played somewhat big sometimes. Some other parks as well. Truist.
Yeah.
But we've had some practice and we're ready for the challenge.
How do you kind of strike that mental balance of you're going to a tournament that of course you want to win, but maybe not going all the way crazy, knowing that you've got an opportunity to win a national championship on the other side of that?
Yeah, we put ourselves in a good spot in the regular season, having a good record, and so we don't. It's not like we have to throw a Friday night guy to to win each game and then play for each game like it's our lives on the line. But we're still playing with heart and a lot of fight, and we're still competing and we're still believing in each other, and the fight you're never going in to lose a game or thinking about that at the start. So you're always going to win, and that's our plan.
Kolby, are there any noticeable differences between this team this year going into this time of the season and last year's?
It's very similar. Like you kind of have that, I don't know what seed we're talking, but kind of in a similar spot in terms of rankings and where we're at for the postseason. And so there's similarities there, but we've got a different type of team this year, and we're looking to play well.
How much does that experience help a team having gone through it?
Yeah, we've got a bunch of guys that have played in the postseason, and then we got some new guys that haven't yet, and they're major guys, and their identity is fight. They bring the fight to the table no matter, because they've been in the mid-major ranks for a while, and so when they come here, they're just fighting their ass off. They're fighting their tail off every single day.
You anticipating another matchup with your brother?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I think they play at 2:00 today.
Yeah.
So we'll see if they take care of business, but if they do, that'd be awesome to play them again.
I'm curious, you said this team is different than last year. Obviously, you can talk about it. Last year, you had crazy power numbers, and this year is a little bit different, a little more spread out. Is that really the biggest difference between this team? How has it kind of changed how you guys can approach things all year?
Yeah, it's like last year we had Corey and Charlie at the top of the lineup, and it was like those two guys are going to have good games as they did all year long. And this year is a little more 1 through 9. Every guy can get hot, and that was like that last year, but even more this year. And then the pitching staff this year has improved, and we're doing really well.